Welcome to Huntington, West Virginia and Jones C. Edwards Stadium, home to the thundering herd of Marshall and one of the toughest places to play in all of college football. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Bowling Green Falcons. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Marshall Thundering Herd. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Falcons will kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Marshall Thundering Herd will go on offense first to start this game. Jesse, they've got a running back they'd love to feature in this if he is able to answer the challenge.
Yeah, and listen, this guy might not be a Heisman finalist, but he can break off long runs. And this defense, David, they better be ready. They better pack a lunch, show up today, and try to get hats to the football. Because if you come out here with your B game, he can run all over you.
And it's important for this offense, too, because they need to have balance on offense. They need the ground game to get going. He's capable. He's shown flashes. We just want to see it consistently.
Snagged in the middle. It's Thomas. What a cut. Now he's loose. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. Marshall quick to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
He'll pull it down and run. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28. Line getting set on second down. Scanning the field, it's Denson. Got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
This time he's got his man. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. DB's right up on the receivers. Gonna look downfield again. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Offense scoops it up and still going.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
And here comes the field goal unit. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. Absolutely center cut. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. The coach has to be happy.
So Bowling Green's offense has the ball for the first time. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up.
Turning it on! Gets it past the marker. Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive. And the Falcons with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Finds his tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The Falcons will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. The short hands, it's Lanier. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And the Falcons have pushed it inside the 20. Hand off from the shotgun. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Rush is on him. They're working that left side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Let's go. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Let's go. Anderson will throw. Caught over the middle. It's Hilton. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Right down the boulevard. And that's going to give us a tie ball game here in the 1st.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Off the play fake. Here's the heat. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense getting nasty.
Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Trying to set up the screen. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Falcons! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Miami is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sebastian isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over Western Michigan. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Marshall comes to the line way behind the sticks here on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Denson. Hauls it in. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Marshall comes to the line facing 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Marshall will be forced to punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. It'll be a draw. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the period. Bowling Green is on top, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. The Falcons with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got the quick pass. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the 1st down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the 1st down.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got him downfield. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
And I love that the QB understood, I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a 1st down.
Swings it out to the flat. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
Man, offenses are getting really creative in the way they run their counter plays now. They pull different guys. They pull a guard. They pull a tackle. They pull a guard and a tackle. So really keeping the defenses off balance. You can't just key on wherever the tight end is. You got to realize they can show you one thing and come back with another.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
They try to pop a run on the draw. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
42 spot.
Looking for the score. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and that receiver might have used a push-off to get free. A penalty. Play, and it looks like offensive pass interference. Here comes the offense on second down. Looking to fire. Gets it to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
Really nice third down sub-defense there at that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
He got it, and they'll push that lead out a little further. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Marshall quick to the line.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Corner's going to give them room. Pocket breaking down. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often, because they're not protecting him, and sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Marshall will be forced to punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Now on the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out, where are my playmakers? Who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David?
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
So now it's 2nd and long. The inside handoff. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team offense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Breaks into the open. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to be more selective with your coverage and mix it up, because man coverage against a scrambling quarterback can hurt you.
And the Falcons have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Trying to slam in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bowling Green. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Give to the back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. To throw, it's Denson. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. The Thundering Herd faces a 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first. Yeah. He's open on the right. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Thomas. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Under fire. Got out of trouble and throws. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Complete to the right. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the team.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. Guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. That's a fly. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half.
Well, when you get down here inside the red zone, you got to be able to run the football, and it's one thing to do it conventionally, but I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to go jet sweep.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Marshall!
That is a huge way to end this half. Man, cutting into the lead, gaining the momentum. Nice job finishing the half with some positive vibes going into halftime.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The throw, working that left side now. I like this, taking the safe play, getting the positive gain, and seeing if you can build some momentum.
Well, and I think it's making the right play, Reese. That's what quarterbacks get in trouble sometimes when they get too aggressive and then they get behind the sticks a little bit. I see a lot of space, take advantage of it, get it to my running back, let him chew that up, and now it's easier on the next down.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the right. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. They'll immediately call timeout. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. He'll need to put some leg in this one, a 52-yard attempt and just the right finesse to get it in from the right. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there today in Huntington. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Jones C. Edwards Stadium.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman,
there he goes. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck, no holes anywhere.
Looking to throw on 3rd. He's going to run it. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got two quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough, and you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television, and so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
The Falcons are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches, Dan.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. We worked on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on 4th down.
To the air on 1st down. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Gets it to him on the screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Quickly out to the tight end. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Run it with the fullback. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He'll keep it on the sneak. Scores on the sneak.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Georgia Southern has the lead right now. Feels like it's been that way since Freedom took flight in the pregame, but this has been a good one inside Paulson Stadium. They're up by 7 over Eastern Michigan. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
They'll run play action. Here comes the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they had made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Marshall will be forced to punt. They'll look to pin him deep. Wants to bring it back. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. Off-play action on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Falcons will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Buys a little time with his feet. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Marshall quick to the line.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Looking for a man. It's Denson. Oh, they're after him. He's going to take off. Oh, he's got some space. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. That's the end of the quarter, and Bowling Green has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Quarterback floating away from pressure. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Marshall might go for a big play here on 2nd and short. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Takes a hit as he fires.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. The Falcons line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Lanier. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
To the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. At the 45 on his way. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Hits him in stride inside the 10. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
A 1st down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, BG. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. But you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air, it's Denson. Forced out of the pocket. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Marshall quick to the line.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense.
Turning it on! They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. This Marshall offense putting together a nice drive.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need to.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense got it. They're on the run. He's into the open down the middle. Touchdown, Falcons. The defense putting points on the board. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Troy is getting whooped today, and at some point this comes down to preparation. Are you prepared to play? Clearly the answer today is a big fat no. They're trailing by 21 to Buffalo. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. First down and more.
And it's just so fun to be a play caller when you got a QB that can do that. Like, it's a pass play. Nope, he pulls it down, chews up yardage, gets a first down. And both of these quarterbacks, man, they have this ability to make big plays.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like, they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number one for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
And after the big play to start the drive, now 2 straight incompletions, and they need to find a way on third down. Under fire! And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there getting the sack.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in. it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. Creates a little room. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's...
Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he puts through the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score.
Marshall, 13.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll try it over the left side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. DBs will try to keep everything in front. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
Marshall will be forced to punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
To the ground with the back. There he goes. Got the first down and more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.